He handed me the envelope like it meant something, like it made up for anything. A thick wad of cash, his contribution to my graduation party. He smiled, like this was some bonding moment. And I said thanks, even though I wanted to say something else, something harder, but I didn't. I took the money, nodded like we were fine. We weren't fine, because deep down, I knew how this would end. But even then, I wasn't ready for how quickly it all unraveled. It was a week ago when he called, not to check on my finals or how the party plans were going. No, he called about one of his stepkids, said the kid was being bullied, said they were having a really hard time, said it'd mean a lot to do something special for their birthday. And then he said it. Do you think I could get that money back? Just for now. Just for now. I didn't respond. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just hung up. And 2 days later, I showed up at his doorstep, money in hand. His other kids were there, 2 younger half-siblings and the 3 stepkids. They looked confused. Jane, his wife, wasn't far behind. But I didn't wait for a warm welcome. I gave him the money, straight to his hand, looked him in the eye and said what I should have said years ago. You made your choice. Don't come to my graduation. Don't come at all. And then I left. I didn't turn around. Didn't check to see if he looked heartbroken or proud or angry. I was done trying to read his face. I already knew the answer. That was the moment. The moment everything snapped. But it didn't start there. It started years ago. When I was 4 and my parents divorced, they split custody. Even then, he was a good dad. Solid, steady. He'd show up, play catch, make pancakes. He wasn't perfect, but he was mine. Then came Jane. I was 10 when they met, 12 when they got married. She had 3 kids, twin boys and a younger daughter. It started subtle at first. Canceled plans here, rescheduled outings there, always with a good reason. Someone was sick. Someone had a recital. The twins wanted to go somewhere fun. And slowly, my time with him started feeling negotiable. I remember one time, we had planned to go on a hike, just the 2 of us. It wasn't anything fancy, just some dirt trails, maybe lunch after. I packed my bag the night before, woke up early, shoes by the door, ready. He showed up late and said we were changing plans. The twins wanted to go to an indoor play place, said it was better for everyone. I remember standing in that colorful room, surrounded by plastic slides and padded mats, watching other kids scream and laugh while he helped one of the twins climb the rope wall. I just sat there. That's when I learned what it meant to be included without mattering. It happened again. And again. Another time, I got us tickets. Well, I got me a ticket for a concert he and I had always talked about going to. He said he'd buy his and come with. I was so excited. It felt like our thing, a real moment. Then his youngest stepkid decided they wanted their room painted. He told me, at the last minute, that he couldn't come. Said he needed to help. Said we'd do something better next weekend. There was no next weekend. I went alone. Listened to our favorite songs surrounded by strangers. Then there was the hospital. I broke my arm at school. My mom rushed to the ER. I kept asking, "Is Dad coming?" She called. He didn't pick up. Later, he called her back. Said one of the stepkids was getting their tonsils out and needed both him and Jane there. He didn't call me. Didn't even talk to me directly. Just told my mom to tell me he was proud of me for being brave, even though I never said I was. I started speaking up. I tried to explain how it made me feel. Forgotten, pushed aside. He said I was just jealous of sharing his attention. That was his favorite word. Jealous. He never acknowledged the imbalance, never admitted that he was doing what he was doing. In 2019, he made a promise. I had the chance to go on a school trip with one of my clubs. It wasn't cheap. My mom saved up half, and my dad promised to cover the rest. But when it came time to pay, he backed out. Said bills were tight. Said the twins' birthday was coming up, and they needed that money. Said we could do something as a family while the trip was happening. I told him to forget it, that it was clear who he cared about more. My mom took out a loan. She didn't tell me until later. She said I deserved to go. And when I came back, I told her I wanted to stay with her full time, that I was done trying to matter in a house that treated me like a leftover. My dad apologized, said he regretted making me feel that way. We worked on things. He called more, showed up a few times. And when graduation came around, he offered to pay for part of the party. It felt like maybe, just maybe, he was trying again. Then the phone call happened, and I knew he wasn't trying. He was recycling the same script, the same excuses, the same misplaced loyalty. This wasn't about cheering up a bullied kid. It was about taking from me to give to someone else. Again. So I returned the money in front of everyone. He called later, said we needed to talk like adults, that I had hurt the other kid's feelings. Not his, not mine, just theirs. His wife went off on me in a message, said I was immature, said I made her kids cry. I blocked her. I'm sure they're sitting around the dinner table now, telling each other how dramatic I was, how I lashed out, how I'm just bitter. And maybe I am, but you can only be cut so many times before you stop reaching out. So here I am. Graduation is next week. It's going to be small. No balloons, no giant cake. Just a backyard, some chairs, and the people who actually showed up for me. And he won't be one of them. So, am I the asshole? Because I gave him back his money. Because I told him not to come. Because I didn't care that his other kids were in the room when I said it. Because I finally chose myself. Is that wrong? Or is that just what it looks like when someone's finally done begging to matter? And now, a reflection from the host of AITA Story Vault. What does it mean when someone tells you you're jealous of being forgotten? What do you call it when a parent stretches themselves for one child and not the other, again and again, and then calls your grief immaturity? It's not just about one birthday, one concert, one party. It's about a pattern, a slow erosion of trust, of presence, of love. This story isn't about revenge. It's about reclaiming value. It's about what happens when someone who's been let down too many times decides they're worth more than promises that get broken. To the OP, you didn't just give the money back. You gave the weight back. The emotional debt, the guilt, the expectations. You handed it all back and said, I won't carry this anymore. And to anyone listening who knows this pain, maybe not from a parent, maybe from a partner or a friend, remember this: love doesn't ask you to shrink. Real love expands to meet you. So what do you think? Was OP wrong for making a scene? Or was this the only way to finally be heard? Let us know in the comments. This is AITA Story Vault, where your stories become something more. Thanks for listening.